Okay, guys, I'm gonna solve a few questions, 4 questions for you about financial algebra. We are not going to go through the theory part of this topic. However, I think solving these questions are going to give you is going to give you a good foundation or a better foundation on this topic, application and interpretation uh, for application and interpretation course. Okay, so Sophia pays $200 into a bank account at the end of each month. The annual interest paid on money in the account is 3.1%, which is compounded monthly. Find the value of our investment after a period of 5 years. Okay, anytime you have a regular payment, monthly payment each month, anytime you have a regular payment, you have to use the finance solver. Okay, anytime you have a regular payment, you have to use finance solver. Let's make the table NI, present value, PMT, future value, PPY, and CPY. Okay, what is N? N is number of years times PPY. But what is PPY? Remember, I and CPY are together and PMT and PPY are together. What does it mean? PMT is the amount of regular payment. So here, 200 euro is the regular payment, okay? Which I have to put a negative because I'm losing money. I'm giving money to the bank, okay? PPY is the amount of payment, number of payments per year. It's monthly, so it's going to be 12. Okay. What is I? The interest rate in this case is 3.1. And what is CPY? CPY is the term after annual interest. It's going to give you CPY, which is compounded monthly. So CPY is 12. But remember, the reason this is 12 and this is 12, there are different reasons. PPY is the number of payments per year. CPY is because it's compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. Okay, so what is PV? Here is a little tricky. What is PV? PV in this case is 0. Why 0? Because I'm not putting any money at the beginning. Yes, if I start right now, at the end of the month, I'm putting money into the bank, $200. But at the beginning, right at the beginning, PV, present value is 0. I'm not putting any money into the bank. Okay, the balance between me and bank is 0. Okay, what is N? Number of years. We're going to find the value after 5 years times PPY, which is 12. Let's go and plug in these values into the calculator. 63.10 minus 200. So I'm going to do it one more time here just to show you how to make this. Find this part. Okay, file, new document. No. So we're going to go for add calculator. Then you're going to go menu, finance solver. Okay, N is 5 times 12, which is 60. I is 3.1. Present value is 0. PMT is minus $200. Present value is what I want to find. PPY is 12. And CPY is also 12. So for present value, I'm going to press enter, and 12,961.90, 12,961.90, 91 is the value of her investment after Sophia's investment after 5 years. Okay, that's it. Finish. Now, the average rate of inflation per year over the 5 years was 2%. Find an approximation for the real interest rate for the money invested in the account. So in order to find the real interest rate, all I have to do is to do 3.1, okay, the interest rate without considering inflation, minus the value, the rate of inflation, which is 2. 3.1 minus 2 is 1.1. Okay. So hence find the real value of Sophia's investment. And I'm going to make the table one more time. PV, PMT, FV, PPY, and CPY. Everything is going to be the same. Everything is going to be the same. The only thing which is going to be different is this value here, which is going to be 1.1, because now the interest rate is 1.160. So here, instead of 3.1, I'm going to put 1.1. If you press enter here, 12,330, 12,330.37, 33, okay? If you want to give it in three significant figures, 12,300, $0, okay? Which is less than the value that we have found before, which makes sense, right? Because obviously this value here, without considering the inflation, so you have this amount of money, 12,961, but the actual value of your money is $12,300. Okay, that's it. Question number 3 here, which is question number 2. Jen invests $2,400 in a saving account that pays interest at a rate of 4% per year, compounded annually. She leaves the money in her account for 10 years and she does not invest or withdraw any money during this time. So what does it mean here? We don't have any regular payment. Okay, so I'm going to use the formula that you have it on your formula booklet. Future value equals to present value times 1 plus R divided by K times 100 to the power of N K. I'm going to solve this question with both methods to show you that we're going to get the same answer in both cases. Okay, so I'm going to find the future value. How can I find the future value? Present value is 2,400 times 1 plus, what is R? R is 4%. Okay, R is the value here, 4%. You don't need to put it in decimal because you're dividing it by 100 here in the formula. What is K? K is the number of compounding per year, compounded annually. So it means once a year, okay? N, find the value, number of years after 10 years. So N 10 times 1. So let's go and put this into the calculator. $2,400 times 1 plus R is 4%, 100 times 1, which is going to be 100 to the power of 10 times 1, which is going to be 10. So control enter the number in decimal, 35, 52.59, 35, 52.59. Okay, that's the value of our investment after 10 years. Okay, now how can I use finance solver? N is number of years, which is 10 times PPY. What is PPY? PPY is the value of K, right, in the formula. So number of compounding is PPY is a little different than K, so be patient. Okay, I is 4%. PV is the present value, which is minus 2,400. Because why minus? Because you're giving money to the bank. Okay, PMT, here you don't have the regular payment, so PMT is going to be 0. Future value is what I want to find. CPY is compounded annually, so CPY is 1. Remember, anytime you don't have regular payment, you're going to put PPY and CPY the same values. So what is the value of CPY here? 1. For PPY, you're going to put also 1. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Anytime you don't have regular payment, like this case, you don't have any regular payment, you put the money once, $2,400 into the bank at the beginning, and after 10 years, you're going to see what is the value of your money. PMT is going to be 0. You don't have a regular payment. So in this case, PPY and CPY put the same value. In this case, both of them are 1. Okay, so N is going to be 10 times 1. Okay, now let's go and put these values into the calculator. Finance solver, 10 times 1, 10, 4% of interest. Present value is minus 2,400 present PMT 0, regular, we don't have any regular payment. Future values are what I want to find, but before that I have to adjust these values and press enter. 3,552.59. You literally got the same answer, 3,552.59. Okay, that's now. Let's go for the okay, yeah, okay. The rate of inflation during these 10 years is 1.5 per year. Calculate the real value. It's literally the same. So the actual value is going to be 4 minus 1.5. 4 is the interest rate without considering inflation rate. 1.5 is the inflation rate. So 4 minus 1.5 is going to give you the real interest rate. Okay. If I press enter here, 3070 to 3072 is the future value. So NI present value, PMT future value, PPY, and CPY 110 minus 2,400, 2.5, and after 10 years, 10 times 1. 10 times 1. Remember, always put it like this, 10 times 1, okay? Because many times students, they make a mistake here. In this case, you have to multiply by 1. So 10 times 1 is going to be 10. But if you have to multiply by 2, 12, or 4, sometimes you forget to put that number. So you, instead of saying 10 times 4, you're going to just write a 10. And you're going to get the wrong answer. So always train your brain that for n, you're going to multiply two numbers. Okay? Number of years times PPY, the value of PPY. Okay? Okay, next question. Yejin plans to retire at age 60. She wants to create an annuity fund which will pay her a monthly allowance of $4,000 during her retirement. She wants to save enough money so that so that the payments last for 30 years. So what is the idea? Yejin wants to put money into the bank or at her insurance company so that for 30 years she's going to get $4,000 every month. Every month, okay? A financial advisor has told her that she can expect to earn 5% interest on her funds compounded annually. Calculate the amount Yejin needs to have saved into her annuity fund in order to meet her retirement goal. I'm going to make my table one more time. You know that here you cannot use the formula of P future value equals to PV times something 1 plus R divided by K times 100 to the power of NK. You cannot use that formula because you have a regular payment. Okay. So I have my mom calling me right now. So sorry for recording this during the video. And mama bezang. Okay. So and we're going to complete this table. Please pause this video and try to complete this table on your own. Okay. Now, let's go. N is the number of years times PPY. Okay, what is the regular payment? I'm going to get $4,000. So payment, the amount is 4,000. It's positive. Why? Because I'm going to get money from the bank or the insurance company. 12 times a year. The money is going to be compounded annually. So CPY is 1. What is the interest? It's 5. Okay. For how many years she wants to create it's here. Okay, for 30 years she wants to save enough money so that the payments last for 30 years. So for 30 years she wants to get money from the bank. Okay, for 30 years. So N is 30 years. What is the future value? So I want to find present value, but what is the future value? The idea is that after 30 years, bank gives you back the whole money with the interest. So the balance is going to be zero in the future for the future value. Nothing. After 30 years, bank tells you that, look, I'll pay you back all of the money you invested in me. So now I don't have any, there is no, nothing between us, okay? I don't need to give you money. After 30 years, you don't need to give me money back, anything. That's it, 0, 0, okay? Let's go and find the present value, okay? Present value. So I'm going to go and put these values into the calculator. 30 times 12 is going to give you 360. 360. Interest is, what is the interest rate? It's 5%. Present value is what I want to find. Future value 0. PMT is 4,000. Don't put the plus, because if you put a plus here, you're gonna get an error. Let me put this plus to show you that you're gonna get an error if you put syntax error, you see. So you shouldn't put that plus here, okay? But if it's a minus, you have to put the minus. Present value is 12 because it's 12 times of payment a year, and that's it. Present value, press enter. You have to put this amount of money, $754,638 point something dollars into the bank. If you put this amount of money into the bank before your retirement, then bank is going to tell you that, okay, I'm gonna give you $4,000 for 30 years every month. 75454. Can you ask yourself why this is a negative value? Because obviously you're losing money, you're giving money to the bank, to the insurance at the beginning as the present value. So your balance is going to be negative. Okay, that's it. Okay, Yejin has just turned 28 years old. She currently has no retirement savings. She wants to save part of her salary each month into her annuity fund. Okay, calculate the amount Yejin needs to save each month to meet her retirement goal. So what is the idea? I know that I want to get retired at age 60, and now I'm 28 years old. So I need 32 years, okay, to invest, because I want to make that amount of money. What was the amount of money? 7,500, 754,638. Okay, I need this amount of money when I'm 60 years old to invest into the annuity plan. Okay, so future value is 7,754, 638. Okay, this is my future value. Okay, now what is the present value? At the beginning, 0. I don't have any money into my saving account. Okay, what is I? 5%. Okay, 5% of interest compounded annually. Okay, I'm going to put monthly payments. She needs to save each month, so I'm going to have monthly payments. Okay, PPY is going to be again 12. Okay, so what is the value of PMT? First of all, do you expect to get a PMT positive or negative? I would say negative, right? Because you are investing money, you're giving money to the bank. Okay, so let's go and put all of these values into the calculator. 32 times 12, 32 times 12. Can I copy this number? No, so I'm going to put 754, 638. Present value 0. PPY 12, that is 1. So for PMT, I just need to press enter. Minus 816 16.61 minus 800, 16.61. I need to put this amount of money every month into the bank for 32 years, so that after 32 years I can say that I will have this amount of money into the account, so that I can use this money to have regular payments for 30 years, which is the information related to part A. Okay, that's it. The last question, it is getting a little long, a long video, but let's do it. So in this question, give all answers to 2 decimal places. Brian decides to purchase a new car with a price of $14,000, but cannot afford the full amount. The car dealership offers 2 options to finance a loan. Finance option A, a 6-year loan at a nominal annual interest rate of 14% compounded quarterly. No deposit required and repayment are made each quarter. Find the repayment made each quarter. Find, so the question is asking you what is PPY, pardon me, what is PMT? What is PMT? Okay. And then we're going to do the other parts of this question. So let's make the table NI, present value, PMT, future value, PPY, and CPY. Okay, N is the number of years, so 6 years times PPY. What is PPY? So you are going to, Brian decides to purchase a new car with a purchase of 14,000, but cannot afford it. The car dealership. Interest rate of 14% compounded quarterly, no deposits. Okay. Payments are made each quarter. Okay. So the amount of payment per year is 4. Okay. What is the amount of payment? This is what we want to find. Okay. What is the future value? 0. Because again, like the previous case, after 6 years, the balance between me and the bank is going to be 0. Okay, so I'm going to pay back the loan entirely. What is the annual interest rate? 14%. PPY 6 times 4. CPY compounded quarterly. So CPY is also here for, what is the present value? This is a good part. Okay, the idea is that bank or this car dealership is going to give the money for the car. Okay, so $14,000 is going to be negative because I'm giving money. Okay, I'm giving money, present value. So you're going to go and find the or basically you are getting money, right? Because if you get the money, then you have to have the payment. You're getting this money and you're using it for the price of the car, to pay the price of the car. Okay, so it's 14,000 plus. Okay, now 6 times 4, 24. N is 24. I is 14%. PV is plus $14,000. Future value is 0. This is 4. And this is also 4. Now payments minus 871.80 to minus 875.80. Is it 82? 82. What does it mean? The bank is going to, or the car dealership is going to give me this money, $14,000, because this is the price of the car. Then I'm going to give them back every month, every season, 4 times a year, every season, minus $871.82. How many, for how many years? For 6 years. Okay. Now, if I ask you what is the total amount of money that I paid for this car, so for 6 years, every year 4 times, I'm paying 871.82. Okay. If you multiply this, 24 or 6 times 4 times 871.82. This is the total amount of money you paid for this car. 2,923.7. 2,923.68. This is the total amount of money you paid for the car, which costs $14,000. So how much interest you paid? 2923.68 minus the original price of the car. So 6,923.68 is the amount of interest you paid for this car. Let's go for option B. A 6-year loan at a nominal annual interest rate of R, which we don't know, and probably we need to find this, compounded monthly. So N, I, PV, PMT, future value, PPY, and CPY. And 6 years times PPY. Well, it's compounded monthly, so CPY is 12. Okay. 10% of debt. Okay. So a 6-year loan at a nominal annual interest rate of R, which I don't know and I need to find, compounded monthly. Terms of the loan require a 10% deposit and monthly repayment of 250. So the monthly payment here is 200 minus 250, and PPY is going to be 12 because it's a monthly payment. So what is the idea? 10% of the price of the car you have to pay by at the beginning as a deposit. 10%. So the problem is going to be 90% of the price of the car. Okay, so 0.90 times $14,000. So the problem is this amount of money, because I suppose that, or the option B, suppose that you have 10% of the price of the car at the beginning, you have it. If you do, then you're going to say that, okay, the problem is the rest, which is the 90% of the price, 12,600. So they are going to give you this money, okay? They're going, wait a minute. So yes, and the present value is going to be 0. Okay, future value. So everything is given. Now I have to go and find the value of R. 6 times 12, menu, finance solver. 6 times 12 is 72. Am I right? I don't know what is that. 12 and 600. Payment is minus 250, and it's going to be 12, and this is going to be 12. Is it correct? 12, 0 minus 1. Yes. Press enter. 12 percentage point 56. 12.56. So can I recap option B? Option B is telling you that you're going to pay 10% of the price of the car at the beginning. So it's your problem. Do you have it? Yes, I do. I give it to you. Okay. So the rest of the problem, which is the 90% of the price, I'm going to give you this money. Okay. With an annual interest rate of 12.56 compounded monthly, you have to give me money back every month, $250 for 6 years. So that after 6 years, you're going to pay the whole money back with the interest. Okay? So, part B, amount for down. Find the amount to be borrowed. The amount to be borrowed is 12,600. We did it before. Find the annual interest rate. We did it. State which option is better. So which option is better? Well, option A can be better for some people because you don't need to put any deposit. So everything is going to be with monthly payments or regular payments quarterly. So it's not monthly payment every every season. Okay, but maybe option B has some advantages. Let's go and see what is the interest rate of this case. Okay, in this case, I'm paying $250 for 6 years, every year 12 times. So 72 times 250. So what is the amount of interest here? What is the total amount of money I'm paying? $18,000. Okay, $18,000 minus $12,000. Pardon me, 1600 dollars. So this is going to give you the amount of interest, which is going to be 5,400. So this is the interest in second case. This is the amount of interest, or it's in euros. So sorry for using a different unit. $5,400 is the amount of interest in the second case B. Can be compared with the previous case. The previous case, it was roughly $7,000, but in this case is $5,400 dollars or euros. So definitely case B from this point of view is better. Let me adjust the unit. It's the euro. Okay. Brian's car depreciates at an annual interest rate of 25% per year. Find the value of Brian's car 6 years after it is purchased. Okay, so this time maybe we can use this formula. Why not? You don't have any regular payment, so you can use this formula. Okay, I'm gonna find the future value. What is the present value? $14,000 times 1 plus R. What is R? R is 25, but it's negative. Remember, it's negative because it's depreciation case. Okay, K is going to be 1. In all the depreciation questions, K is going to be 1 after per year. Find the value of the price after 6 years. Okay, so I'm going to copy this formula on my calculator. So the price is $14,000 or euros. I'm sorry, I'm very sorry for using the wrong units. It's after school. I'm quite tired, so probably it makes sense. However, I really sorry for using the wrong units. So this is the price of the car. Control Enter. It's going to give you the price of the car after 2,491.70. Well, I think it's not very realistic, this model, but this is what it is. This is the price of the car if it's going to be depreciated every year by 25%. 2,491.70 euros, not dollars. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope recording and basically dedicating your time for watching this video has been useful for you. Thank you.